Hello, everyone. We are here on another broadcast of this is episode 16 of Women in Business Wednesdays. And today I have the pleasure of having Kayla Rojo. Yay! I'm going one of these days I'm gonna get like a hand clap thing, Kayla. So
Yes.
we can hand clap people. And Kayla, and I should have asked you this before we started, but I know you're on the day pile, but what agency in FFL are you with?
Yeah, so FFL Great Lakes.
Great Lakes. Okay. Now, are you or have you gotten your logo yet? Are you close to getting your
Almost,
logo?
almost.
Okay.
I
All
hit
right.
61. We haven't gotten numbers for August.
Yeah.
But I got week 1 and I was at 25 as team. So if we
Okay.
follow through the rest of the month like that, then it will be in August. If not, we got 5 weeks in September.
There you go. And I mean, the numbers are out for week 2 August. So get with Dave about that. But congratulations, good work.
Thank you.
So we have Kayla Rojo here from FFL Great Lakes. She's been with FFL for about a year and a half, right? She's a single mom, and you are in Ohio.
Michigan.
Okay, I don't know why I was get those two mixed up. Okay, so tell us a little bit about yourself. You came to FFL from a practice company. You were there for a couple months. Tell us about Well, let's start with what was your commission there?
So I was at a 27% at my highest. So we had Occidental, AIG, Great Western. Occidental was my highest. And then at AIG, I was at like a 6%.
No, six, like six.
Like six.
Are you kidding me? So some of the same companies that we have at FFL, except you were like getting, screwed,
Yeah.
right? Because what was the highest comp in the company that you came from? What was the highest there?
60. And yeah, 60%. You couldn't go any higher. And that was considered full commission.
Really? So how did you find out about FFL? And what attracted you to Family First Life?
So I kind of started doing my research. I was in a home with an agent who came in and he was with another practice company. So that kind of just got my gears turning. I'm like, all right, let me see what FFL, let me see like what other companies there are, what can be offered to me. Because he was telling me a 70%, and that wasn't too much higher than the max I could get at the company I was with. So I'm like,
Right.
there's got to be other stuff out there. And I found Pyle on Facebook and Instagram. And then I talked to his recruiter and I was sold. I was ready to go.
Yeah.
And I've also never been so good at something in my life. I've kind of like hopped around different careers. I am really smart. Like I study and I love to read. So like the products are like my favorite thing. But
Okay.
I never have been so good at something. So my first week with Dave, I wrote 18 grand out the gate. Well, 18 families.
Wow. Okay. Good job. And then so what's been your highest month so far, personal?
So in June I did 37.
Wow, right. That's dope. Okay. And then I know you were doing similar numbers at the other company that you were at, but the difference is you weren't getting paid what you're getting paid here, right?
Right.
And then didn't you mention too that you were also you couldn't set appointments?
Yeah, we were only door knocking. So I was writing 10 grand off of door knocking in the hood in Detroit.
Wow. Wow. So you came here and you were like, "Oh my gosh, like this is like cake. This is easy."
I was sold.
Okay, got you. And then so you're a single mom, right? And I love that you have two little girls, a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old.
2-year-old.
So you got babies,
Yeah.
right? And so that's so cute. I'm sure they're like so adorable at that age. I only have one. I have one son. He's 21. So
Oh, he's grown.
right. So what do you do as far because a lot of times people use their children as an excuse. You know what I'm saying? Versus using it for the reason for you to continue to push forward. So how do you make sure that you do your job as the mom, but then also you maintain a business outside of being a mom, right? Because that's a whole full-time job in itself.
Yeah, I feel like so we make a lot of money really quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's very easy to become inconsistent and then
Mm.
get overwhelmed. So, like just a little bit of a backup. In May of this year, I lost all of my contracts, and I think that before I got vectored because agents under me rolled up debt.
Okay.
So it was 22 grand that I had to work myself out of. I barely got all of my contracts back like mid-June.
Okay.
So I kind of played insurance and I was using my kids as an excuse. And I had a
Mm.
dinner with Dave and Mark Mead, and he looked at me dead in my face and was like, Kayla, your kids are not an excuse. Stop using them as a crutch. They're your
Wow.
why.
Yeah. Okay. And then that changed your thought.
Changed everything. It changed
Okay.
everything. I realized that I'm not going to break generational curses and build generational wealth for my babies so that they can come from better than what I had, being inconsistent and comfortable.
Come on. Okay. I love that. I love that. Yeah. And I love your transparency. So you were using your girls as an excuse, right? Versus
Yes.
the reason why you need to get up. And I think you also make another good point. Like talk a little bit more about you're able to make a lot of money very quickly here. And it's also very quick, it's very easy to get complacent because you can go out and make I don't think we're supposed to say numbers, but we can go out and make a significant amount of money in a very, very short period of time. So, what are you doing different now that your mindset has changed? Using your girls as a reason versus an excuse.
I'm very intentional. I think before, like, I love to say I played insurance. Like, I love to
Mm,
say I was an insurance agent and I'm building my business, but I was getting agents and I wasn't training them, which is
okay.
why I got vectored because I didn't train these people to go out and write business and they were just going out and doing whatever they wanted. You know what I mean? I wasn't giving them the fundamentals that I had.
Okay.
And with that, I realized like I have to set and be in stone with what I'm going to do. And my
Hmm.
kids have to be a part of it.
Oh,
They
okay.
have to be included. They have to understand what I'm doing is for our future. So I literally, my 5-year-old, she's really, really smart.
Hmm.
I say she's 5 going on 15.
Okay.
Like it's crazy. And I sat down with her and I told her, like, Mama's like, you like to go to ballet. You like to do gymnastics. You want to play other sports. You like to buy a toy every time we go to the store, right? Like, Mama can't do that if I don't work. And I have
Mm.
to work really, really, really hard for 24 months, 2 years, and then we got it, baby. We got it.
Oh,
And
I
like
love
I
that.
was crying, she was crying. She don't even know why she's crying, but she's crying. And it was that moment for me. And I work from home now. I'm completely telesales now.
Okay.
I only go in the field if I train my agents.
Okay.
But completely telesales. And in my office, like it looks like a classroom and a office because I made sure I incorporated, like, I have the ABC borders around there. I have a schedule, like intentional hour by the hour, because if it's not, the whole day is lost. Like before
Okay.
you know it, it's 5 o'clock and I haven't made no dials and I talked to 12 agents all day long. It didn't do anything else.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's really easy to get pulled in a lot of directions. So I think that including my kids on this and letting them know the goal and the dream. Another thing we did is we created a vision board together. We
Oh,
went and we picked out a big house, a car, we put her little ballet slippers, we did it together. So I really think incorporating with them is what made this so much more powerful for me and so much
oh,
more meaningful.
I love that. Oh my gosh, that's such a good idea. I love that. That is a great idea because now, like, and I'm sure the more that they grow up in the business, they're gonna be like, "Mommy, why are you home? Like, you should be working." You know what I mean? Like, because I watched Corinne's son, like, he could probably say the script on his own because he's heard the script so many different times, and then
I love
kids
that.
that age they pick up stuff so like a sponge, so that they could probably be setting your appointments for you.
You heard? Absolutely.
But that's so cool that they're a part of it, and then that just makes what I'm saying. It keeps you accountable, right? Because now they're watching their mom, and so mom has to be an example, a businesswoman, and then mommy. Like that's very powerful, Kayla. Like I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's dope. Now, what would you say since you've come to FFL? What would you say outside of the income? What's the best thing about working with Family First Life?
The women, the divas, the
Mm,
empowerment that we give each other, and everybody wants to see each other win. I have
yeah.
never embodied something like that in my life. Like, we're not in competition. everybody genuinely wants each other to win. Like it is so powering. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing like it.
Yeah.
Literally, the culture we create, it's it it's of its own.
And then, like you said, like we're able to like, and the difference is we don't have to be selfish, right? Because I know the company that I came from, you had to be selfish because there wasn't a lot of money going around. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you haven't been there for any like specific period of time. So here, you know, we've got leads upon leads upon leads, so everybody can eat, and
Right.
there's no reason that anybody shouldn't eat. Because if you're not eating, it's because you're not working. You agree with that?
Absolutely.
So like it's just it's completely different now. So you've only been in the insurance industry for not even 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay, total. And then what were you doing before insurance? Because a lot of people say, "Well, you got insurance experience. I can't do it." What were you doing before you came to insurance?
Mostly bartending. I
Okay.
did a little bit of like in-home care with seniors here and there. So I
Mm-hmm.
definitely think that helps me be able to talk to clients. But
Okay.
aside from that, no sales experience at all.
No. And then how old are you?
26. I just turned 26.
Girl, if I would have found out about, I'm 46. So if I would have found out about insurance 20 years ago, I, I'm sure I wouldn't, hopefully I wouldn't be in the field today. But, you know, if I was with another company, I probably still would be in the field, which I still am. But my plan to get out of the field is much shorter than it would have been with any other company. Um, what so we have there's a diva group, right? A diva chat group, and we've been talking about that a little bit lately. Women, if you're interested in getting in the diva group, you can reach out to Kayla, you can reach out to myself. There's so many women that are in there, and it's women from a bunch of different agencies within FFL, and we're posting our numbers, we're posting our wins, we're posting if we need prayer, like whatever we need as women, and we, like Kayla said, we're coming together, and we're not in competition against each other, right? And we're, because like I said, it's enough for everybody to eat here. um Let me just ask you, um what's been your big, I don't think I've asked this question before, what has been outside of the girls in that situation, what do you think has been your biggest challenge here?
My mindset. I never have been
Mm.
taught to positively talk to myself, or where I come from, like mental health. We don't touch on that. We don't talk about that. We're very, very Hispanic, and we just don't go
Yeah.
there. You know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean? Like,
African American is the same thing for
yeah,
sure.
like we're supposed to be strong women, and that's it. We don't cry
Yeah.
about nothing. We get things done, and that's it.
Yeah.
So it was never like brought to me, like telling yourself in the mirror, looking at yourself and saying, I'm beautiful and I am going to make $1 million and I am going to own my company was like so weird to me. I'm
Yeah, it
like,
is.
what? But I don't understand. What do you mean? And as soon as I started really, really embracing the way I talk to myself, and then also waking up in the morning was like super hard for me because I was on bartending life, right?
Oh, right.
So like I would be up really late, wake up at 5 a.m. What do you mean? I'm barely going to sleep at 3:34.
Yeah.
And being able to embody that so that I can gain those extra hours in a day was pretty hard for me, but eventually I did adapt because you have to condition yourself, your body and your mind.
Yeah, absolutely. So what do you think? And well, I guess we'll probably close with this is, so what have you done to, by outside of talking to yourself in the mirror, to strengthen your mindset? Because this is a mental game. Like what we're doing, it's a little bit physical. I mean, if you're working from home, you're doing sales from home, the only endurance you need is just need to be able to make a bunch of phone calls, right? But it's a mental game. So what have you done to strengthen your mind and to strengthen your mindset and while
Girl,
you've been here?
all day long, I have podcasts playing in the background. I wake up, I heard it from Vivian. She said before she even moves, she puts in her AirPods and she listens to a meditation or something to get her mind focused on the right theme. I had to start doing that. Like from the
Okay.
moment I move in my bed, pop them in, and I have to listen to something that is going to make me feel empowered. Recently, I started listening to Sarah Jakes. I think
Okay,
it's her
Sarah Jakes
name.
Robert. Yeah,
Whew! She
yeah,
she puts it together. So that her alone, she's changed my life. Like
that's dope. Okay, yeah. So just like it, and it really is. It's like And you don't realize when you start doing these things, like the power that it will have, because it's not an overnight thing, right? It's not like
Right.
you look in the mirror and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm beautiful, I'm wonderful, I am destined for greatness. It's not like the next day you're like, yes, I believe it. You're convincing yourself that this is who you are, because when you start, you don't believe it at all.
Yeah,
But eventually,
it
go ahead.
definitely took months. Like I awkwardly looked at myself in the mirror for months before I'm like, I really believe it and I'm saying it with a passion, because you can't just say these things. You have to genuinely believe them and manifest them, or else it's completely pointless.
Absolutely. Now, you reading anything, Kayla? Anything that
Oh,
you
I
would
love to
recommend?
read. I
Yeah, you
love to
said
read.
that. What are you reading currently? Self
Right
help.
now I'm reading, actually more so, it's called Developing the Leaders Around You, John C. Maxwell. Love him. I think it's important that while I work on myself, I'm also learning how to empower the people around me as a leader as well.
Okay, I love this. Okay. Now, if somebody wants to join your team because you're recruiting, right? How do they
Absolutely.
get in touch with you?
I'm on Instagram. You can call me 313-208-0610. Instagram, Facebook, all of that.
Okay. And then how did they get you on Instagram? How did they find you?
Underscore Mama K, because the mom.
Mama, and it's Kay, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Underscore MAMAKAY.
Yeah.
And then what about on Facebook? Is it just Kayla Rojo?
Yep.
Okay. And Kayla Rojo from Michigan.
Yes.
Because I'm sure there's more than one Kayla Rojo.
Maybe,
But
yeah.
but you're the original. But we want to make
Okay.
sure they're finding you, this Kayla Rojo. So with that being said, thank you so much, Kayla, for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk with the ladies and gentlemen about Women in Business Wednesday. I'm so glad that you were able to share with us. I love the stuff that you're talking about today. Like, that is really inspirational. Like, I'm like, I wish my son was a little bit younger, so we could do a dream board together, right? But he has his own little goals that he's not, I shouldn't say little, he has his own goals that he's working on outside of his mama. But congratulations again. I can't wait to see your success and where you go from here. I'm gonna be watching and rooting for you, girl.
Thank you. I'm very, very honored to be on. Thank you so much.
Thanks for jumping on. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next Wednesday on Women in Business Wednesday. And I think we're nail sisters.
We are. I was gonna say that.
All right, ladies, have a great week. We'll see you next Wednesday. Thank you, Kayla.